My dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to start with chapter 6. This chapter is about connected speech. It is entitled Word Groups and Stress. Actually, when people talk, they do not talk in single words. Normally, people talk in sequence or in a string of words, phrases, sentences, etc. This is what is so-called connected speech. When people are not speaking in single words, they are speaking continuously. This is called connected speech. And connected speech has several aspects that should be considered and taken into account when we talk about connected speech, which are irrelevant when we are talking about the pronunciation of simple words. Okay, so people often make pauses between one group of words and another, but we don't normally make these pauses in the middle of a group. So, a group of words can be long, as this example. This is the dog that chased the cat that ate the cheese, and I can go on with more details about the cheese, about the fridge in which we put the cheese, and so on. So I can make it even too long. And a group of words can be rather intermediate in size or in length, as close the door, close the door. But sometimes we can have short groups of words, actually maybe one word like yes, no, two words only like thank you. So we have, this is not, by the way, a strict division, but you can estimate it roughly that this group is long, this group is intermediate in length, and this group is short. However, in case we need to speak longer utterances, we normally break them up into understandable groups. So, whenever we have a long group of words, we don't normally pronounce this long group of words in one unit. We usually break them up logically. We do not make it randomly. Okay? Now, there are two types of pauses to use in our speech. We have this type of pause. We can represent it in a short vertical mark line. This mark refers to short pause. Whenever we have this, it means that this should be a short pause. We use it to speak very closely grammatically connected groups. We use such a short pause when the idea is not yet finished, and the two parts between which we have this short pause are closely related grammatically. Look at this example. Example, hello, my name is Maggie. You can feel that there is a short pause after hello, and this short pause is used here because hello and the second group, my name is Maggie, are connected together grammatically. So, hello, my name is Maggie. This is one self-introduction, we call it, when somebody is introducing him or herself. A longer pause, which is represented by two vertical lines like these, this mark is used to refer to a longer pause. When do we use it? We use it between groups that are not closely connected and it is also used at the end of a sentence. Look at this example. Today is very rainy. Today is very rainy. Here we have a completed idea, a finished one. So we can have this mark to refer to the end of a complete idea, which is not very much related to what comes after. I think we cannot go out. By the way, here we can have also another symbol like this, because as we said, we can have it at the end of the sentence as well. Okay? So we can have these two vertical lines here as well. Okay? Now, we have a question. Do you think these poses are important? When we are talking about connected speech and how do people understand each other, does or do these poses have any importance in our speech? Or do you think that there are poses that are unwanted? These poses, by the way, the two types, are wanted, but sometimes we have poses that are unwanted. Can you think of any examples of unwanted poses? Okay, I'll leave this for you. Now, one of the aspects of connected speech is stress, what we call in Arabic an-nabr, and sometimes it's called prominence. So let's see, what do you mean by stress or prominence? Actually, in any group of words, some syllables are said with greater force and effort. What do you mean by this? The pronunciation of some syllables which are strong and heavy, more muscular effort is needed. A greater force is required in the pronunciation of these syllables. And whenever we have a weak syllable, a light syllable if you like, we don't need such a force or such an effort. These syllables which require greater force and effort are called prominent syllables. Prominent, bariza. So these syllables which are strong are more prominent than syllables which are weak. Let's have a look at this example. She's driving a beautiful car. The words I made in green color are not normally stressed, and they are spoken in a weak form. But the words that are typed or made in red, like driving, beautiful car, they are words that are normally stressed. Can you explain why is this? Do you have any idea? If you don't worry. Next time, inshallah, I'm going to talk about this topic in details. Now, sorry. We need to know that whenever we have syllables or words of 1, 2, 3 syllables, we need to give stress to some of these syllables and we don't give stress to some others. This process of giving stress and not giving stress is called the process of assigning stress to the correct syllable. We call it stress assignment or stress placement. So what is the process of stress placement? It is the process of assigning or placing stress on the correct position, correct syllable. Okay? Now, if we talk about words of one syllable, we don't have any problems, because one syllable, we give it stress and move on. But the problem is that whenever we have 2 syllables and sometimes more, when we have 2 syllables, 3, 4, 5 syllables, now this is a complicated issue. we need to pick one of these, only one syllable in a word, and give it stress. Okay? So if we talk about two syllables, either one of them can be stressed, either the first or the second. Anyway, this process is not by any means easy. It's not an easy process. Okay? So you need to practice a lot. Assigning stress to certain syllables basically depends on the structure of the rhyme of the syllable. And if you remember, the rhyme is the second part of the syllable, which is often divided into the nucleus and the coda. So, in most cases, not all cases, whenever we want to decide on which syllable is strong and which syllable is not, we have a look at what? At the rhyme. The rhyme includes the nucleus, which is the vowel, and the coda, the consonant that comes after the vowel. So, if the rhyme contains a triphthong, a diphthong, this is very strong, especially if they are followed by consonants. So, a triphthong plus consonant, diphthong plus consonant, these are the strongest, the highest rank. Now, what comes after is rhymes with long vowels. Long vowels. So after triphthongs and diphthongs, we have long vowels. They are stronger than the rhymes with short vowels. So if we have two syllables, one has a long vowel, another one has a short vowel, the syllable with the long vowel is the one that usually attracts the stress. Again, the presence of consonants after the vowel makes it stronger. If we have a short vowel with coda, it means that this is a stronger syllable than a short vowel without coda. So the consonant adds more strength to the syllable. Now, the vowels E and U are very weak. So whenever we have these vowels, consider them weak vowels. So if we, for example, we have A, we have A, we have O, we have O, U. These syllables, I mean the one that, the ones that have U, O, A, etc., are usually stronger than the vowels that have the syllables, sorry, that have E and U. And the least and the lowest in the stress rank, or the strength rank if you like, is the schwa. The schwa is the weakest sound or the weakest vowel in English. Okay? So this is the weakest one. Now, based on these three notes, I want you to arrange the following rhymes from the strongest to the weakest. So start with the one that you feel is stronger, then weaker, until you reach the weakest rhyme. Okay? This is a homework for you to do. Thank you very much. I wish you the best of luck.